from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Henrico's Board of Supervisors could approve a reapportionment plan tonight, but one local organization is saying not so fast. We'll have details in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Tuesday, December 14th, 2021.
And now for the news.
At its meeting tonight, the Henrico Board of Supervisors is expected to approve a reapportionment plan for the county's 5 magisterial districts. The plan is required under state law every decade to reflect the latest U.S. Census population figures. The idea is to reshape each of the 5 districts to come as close as possible to an equal number of residents within each one. In Henrico, that ideal number is just shy of 67,000 people per district. The county's population is just more than 334,000. The Three-Chop district came in about 8,700 people over the ideal population, so residents have to be moved out of that district and added to the 2 easternmost districts, Fairfield and Varina, each of which was under the ideal population by more than about 4,300 people. Under the plan, the westernmost boundaries of the Fairfield and Varina districts each would shift slightly farther to the west. The Brooklyn district would pick up some residents from Fairfield and some from Three-Chopped, increasing its population by nearly 2,000 more than the ideal total. Tuckahoe would pick up 2 small pockets of residents from Three-Chopped, and its population would grow to about 1,000 more than the ideal total. One organization is taking issue with the county's proposal. The Henrico NAACP says because the plan underrepresents the Fairfield and Varina districts, each of which would be under the ideal population by a little more than 3%, it's not truly equitable. The NAACP has proposed its own plan, which it says would cut the underrepresentation in the Fairfield and Varina districts to an average of 1.8% apiece. State law requires that each district be within 5% of the ideal population. In a statement, the organization said, quote, "The current and proposed shape of the Tuckahoe district awkwardly connects 2 separate areas. Additionally, the Brooklyn district should not be taking any population from the Fairfield district, especially when Brooklyn borders the district that is currently the most overrepresented, Three-Chopped," end quote. Upon adoption of a proposal, county officials will then submit that proposal to the Virginia Attorney General's office for pre-clearance in order to comply with the Virginia Voting Rights Act passed earlier this year. That act mimics at the state level the Federal Voting Rights Act of 1965, which for decades required localities in Virginia and 15 other southern states to submit their reapportionment plans to the Department of Justice for pre-clearance as a way to ensure that those proposals were not discriminatory. The air traffic control tower at Richmond International Airport will remain open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, after the Federal Aviation Administration announced earlier this week that it had ended consideration of closing it from midnight to 5 a.m. daily. The announcement came several weeks after U.S. Senators Tim Kaine and Mark Warner urged the FAA to keep the tower open. The agency had been considering closing it during the overnight hours in a cost-saving measure. RIC and airline officials opposed the closure, saying that it would negatively impact overnight operations and could have an impact on flights and jobs at the airport too. A statement from Warner and Kaine said, quote, "We are glad that the FAA listened to the feedback from passenger airlines, cargo carriers, fixed-base operators, air traffic controllers, and other stakeholders who all opposed the plan to close the air traffic control tower at night. A busy commercial service airport like Richmond International needs to have a control tower that is operational 24 hours a day, 7 days a week," end quote. Henrico reported 164 new COVID-19 cases on Sunday. That's the most in nearly 4 months on a single day. It came just 3 days after 153 cases had been reported. Henrico's averaging 104 new daily cases currently in the past week. There have been 5 COVID-related deaths reported in the county this week, but Henrico's averaging just 1 new hospitalization related to the virus each day during the past 7 days. And I'm going to take a personal moment to wish a happy 53rd anniversary to my mom and dad up in Northern Virginia, who I miss tremendously and hope to see very soon.